Shrink wrapping is something that's going on right now. Shrink wrapping used to require a permit from Massport. They don't do that anymore, but we do require that those that do shrink wrapping make sure that they have fire extinguishers right on the dock with them. Because shrink wrapping using that hot gun can be very dangerous, and if you don't have a fire extinguisher available, it can get a lot more dangerous. Danger doubt, Peter mentioned that a minute ago. Danger doubt is a signal we give in the boating industry. If we don't know what another boat's doing, it's 5 quick blasts, then it's danger doubt. Everybody knows what that is if they're taking a Coast Guard test. Danger doubt is what's going on here. We use this also in the marina on the docks. If someone is on your boat, you can hear them walking around, you don't know who that is, get your horn out and go 5 quick blasts, and your neighbor can do the same thing, and those people go running. But danger doubt is a good way to notify other boaters what's going on, and notify your friends that, hey, there's a situation here that I don't understand. And after you call 911, or before, you blast them with 5 quick blasts of the horn, and that does a great job. I want to briefly mention another one of our procedure manuals, which is the Hurricane Storm Contingency Plan. Everyone should have their own hurricane plan in place. They should have it written down, and they should know what it is and what they're expected to do. An obvious thing to do is to watch the weather. We at the Marina are watching the weather all the time. We watch the tides, we watch the winds, we watch what's happening with storms. Thankfully now, we can watch the storms come across from Africa 2 weeks before they hit us. And we can see as they come across the Caribbean and then come up to Florida, and if they get as far as South Carolina, then we start to worry. When they get to Charleston, South Carolina, we put our storm contingency plan in place, and we call everybody. If you already know that a storm's coming, you'll know then. But we expect everyone to come down and take the windies down. That means take the Dodgers down, take anything that can catch the wind, and remove it and put it down below, tie up your boat properly. Boats on the outside of E and G dock, we require them to turn around so their bows are faced out into the river, and we take every other anchor and we put it out into the river. We also put lines out across the docks like we do during the winter time. But read that storm contingency plan, figure out what you're going to do if a storm comes up, figure out where you're going to go, because in the past we've had to kick everybody off the dock and shut off the electricity. We thought the storm was coming, and it wasn't safe for people to be on the docks. So be prepared to leave. Fortunately, one of the times we did, or both times, I think the hotel next door gave our guests a very good discounted rate to stay in the hotel, and people were able to stay in the hotel and look down and see their boats and watch the hurricane go by, and it didn't affect us too badly. But there will be times that when we have to shut down the docks, hopefully not in the near future, but it could happen. And we would also shut down the electricity and the water and everything else on the docks. So read this storm contingency plan and write up your own and know what you're going to do should a storm come about. That's another one that I just wanted to briefly talk about is our winter safety guidelines. In the winter, it's a different animal up here in New England, but we're not reinventing the wheel here. Marinas are open in Canada, where it gets a little colder than it does here, and they have winter water that they run up there. So it's not something that is impossible to do. People ask me, is it tough being a liveaboard? As I say, I lived in my boat for 12 years. 1 year down in Florida, it was a lot easier than it is up here. But those years that I spent up here weren't that bad. As long as you do it properly, you can be comfortable. If you don't do it properly, you're going to be miserable. So we can help, and your neighbors can help show you what are the proper ways to do it so you can be comfortable. But here are a few winter safety guidelines. Fires. Only thing that scares me more than hurricanes is a fire. You should have fire extinguishers on board that are checked. You should have proper fire procedures so you know what you're going to do in case of a fire. I mean, one thing you're going to do in case of an emergency is call 911. Always call 911. We have CPR classes that we get every year, and the first thing we teach in the CPR class is look at the situation, figure out what's going on, and then call 911. It's the same thing in any other emergency we have here. You look at the situation, you say, is it safe for me to go in? Is it safe for me to do something? What can I do? And if there's somebody else there on the dock with you, you point to them and say, call 911. And you make sure that they understand that, and they go call 911 and then say, call the Marina too. And we'll come down and we'll help.